Hey everybody, welcome back here at Origins Game Fair. I'm Rick with Game Trade Media. I've got Michael Kane here who is, he's got a really cool company called Geek Tank Games, and they make these cool products called Tabletop Tokens. All right, so these are the ones that people would be familiar with.
Yep,
right?
yep, those are the originals.
These are the originals, which was the camping site, castle furnishing set, and the castle set itself. So we can see them right here. So yeah, the castle, then the castle furnishings, and then the campsite. And now, laid out before us, you have brought even more for us to drool over, yeah?
Yeah, so we did a second Kickstarter, went really well. So we've already got the manufacturing kind of production, kind of science figured out. So really, once we know what we want to do, we can kind of pump these things out pretty quickly.
Nice.
Yeah, and so we did the second Kickstarter, and we did our roofing set, we did a town market set, trees and rocks. We did the dungeon and a graveyard set, and they've done very well.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
And these are available now at retailer now too, or no?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
We've been picked up in distribution, and we've gotten Canada distribution. I mean, we got Australian distribution. So
What?
yeah, tell me about it. I was surprised
right.
too. So
you're now global.
International. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I was still trying to break into the UK though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Those war gamers over there, they'll pick them up.
Yeah,
they're going to have to.
It's that VAT tax that's just slowing me down.
I feel you. All right. So tell me about the new set. I see we have a few things laid out here. Were there any upgrades from the previous stuff as far as like the texture and the coating or any of that?
Those things are the same, but one of the things that people were, we listen to our backers.
Of course.
We listen to our people who buy our products. And they said, why when I flip it over, why isn't it something different? And we were like, well, why isn't it something different? So what we did is if you look at this rooftop set we have here, we can flip it over, and it actually shows us the interior. And the cool thing about the art is, if we could probably see it, I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but it shows the grid lines. They're kind of hidden in, it looks like it's the rafters above, but there's literally square grid lines built into the map.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see it through the camera, but it's there.
It's a little difficult to see it through the camera, but you can see them. They're kind of like the shadows. You see the shadows there?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and that's just one of them. Some of them, like here, if you get the one next to you, we flip it over, you can see it's like a damaged version. And what we can do is if we want to make it look like the building's on fire, we can just toss these tokens on it real quickly, and you could have your people going down. It's all. This took us, 3 minutes to set up, and we didn't even know. We just kind of threw it down, and it clicked,
Yeah, absolutely. And what's this other one do? It's also damaged?
Yeah, it's damaged.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the back side of our packaging, it always tells you what is in there. So here you see.
Here, we'll do this.
There's not a lot of content in the rooftop. That's just because the pieces are so big. But if you want to swap it out and show maybe the town market, you'll see that there's a lot of content in it. And these things are scale 1 inch by 1 inch, so they're pretty big.
Yeah. And what's really nice is as you're looking at our overhead shot here, right, and you see this, you wouldn't, just looking at this, if I would have set out the whole table with just this product, it gives a 3D effect. So you're like, is that got actual depth to it? Because the way that you have it drawn out, it gives it that depth that you would get.
Yeah, the isometric kind of look. Yeah.
Yeah, and now, but knowing that it is just a flat surface with that kind of art and that kind of depth to it, and it really pops out and gives that immersion effect for the role players or even the war gamers.
Yeah.
If you just want to use them as terrain for any war game, really.
Yeah, I've had a lot of the people from the wargaming side being like, "Man, can you make this for another game?" Or and I'm like, maybe, you know, I don't know, but I didn't want to show one point too while we're here.
Please.
This is very durable. You can literally get it, bend it like this, let it go, and it's going to pop back out flat. And unless you put an actual crease to it, it's going to be flat the whole time. It keeps going. It's going to.
That's great.
It's a kind of a buy once product. That's what we try to, to.
So I backed this, and you know that I backed it because I'm a big fan of a supporter of it. And the thing I love most about this, as a dungeon master or as a game master, the thing I like most is I don't have to carry huge terrain. If I want to use my big terrain stuff, come to my house.
Yes.
Come play at my house. And even then, you're going to find some of this incorporated, like all your outdoor event stuff.
Yeah.
I don't need terrain for that.
Yeah.
The big chunk of this works perfectly for it. But if I have to travel, let's say I'm going to do something like a adventure league at a game store at a convention, or I'm going to another friend's house and say, hey, could you come DM for my friends? Yeah, it's for it absolutely is. That's what it is. It's for the DM on the go. It's for that individual that is always having to prep to go to their friend's house, and then they're carrying all their books, they're carrying all their miniatures. This makes it just a little lighter.
And to that point too, also setup time. I mean, I think those 3D printed terrains or those 3D terrains, they look great, but you still got to paint them. Right. You still got to set them up. You got to glue the pieces. I mean, there's still prep time, and we spent 3 minutes, maybe
less than that.
Yeah, less than that. And
the majority of the time was literally just punching them out.
Yeah.
And then going.
Yeah, exactly.
And there it was.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the other fun thing too is, you could literally as a GM take this here, and let's say what's this one here, the town market.
Yep.
With all the stuff that's inside there, we'll go ahead and again show the back. With all the stuff that's inside there, you could probably populate 15, 20 scenarios.
Yep.
Right around a city or a small town that could be different events that your RP session could incorporate into a game.
Yep.
And then every single one of these mix and match, you have a campaign right here.
Yeah, they're great products. I mean, the one I like is in the dungeon set.
Ooh, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. So if you look here, I don't know. Let's see. Where's the good angle?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up too. So if we look here, we'll see that there's the it's a bottomless pit. But if we look up here, there's actually on the reverse side is a spike pick trap right above it. So it's kind of cool. You could either use one or the other. And there's a lot of great objects in there.
There's so many.
Yeah.
This is great. This is one of the ones I got in the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, yeah, I need death machines. I need death things to kill all the party members.
My favorite is actually the prone dead bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just one side, and it's just great,
So how much is one pack? If I go to my local retailer and I say, I want to get this one.
It's $16.99 retail.
Okay.
Which we think is a great price point.
Amazing price point.
Yeah, we think it's a good price point. I think everybody will be happy with that.
Okay.
So, and they're doing really well. I mean, like I told you, I had one distributor order 800 units, and then 2 weeks later they ordered 800 again. So I'm just running out of the stuff. I'm trying to keep up with it. Yeah.
Very cool. So, and these aren't going to be the end of it, obviously.
No.
You're always creating and thinking of new ideas and such.
Yeah.
What where can someone go to find out what's going on in the Geek Tank world?
Well, we stick to the social media platforms. We do have a website, geektankgames.com, but it's more of an e-commerce store, not a place for information. So social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram would probably be the best ones at Geek Tank Games. Right. That's where we're using our kind of to talk to the public.
Right. Because I follow it all, and I see when you're like, I just set up this neat little scenario for tonight's adventure, and I'll be like, why am I not at that table?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if some people like my style of DMing. I am a railroad DM. I'm just like, this is where we're starting here, and we're going there. Well, nothing in between.
That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you just need that. You're the storyteller, and you have your start and finish, and you got to get to that point.
Yep.
And that's fine. But when I see you put out your mat and then you have this laid all over it in different scenarios, like I'm just like, and I'm sure people, as you start following Geek Tank Games, you're gonna be like, why am I not part of this? Or you're gonna see some cool ideas on how to use these in different creative settings and other games. Anyway. There's so much opportunity here.
Yeah, and so the reason why these are standalone tokens is we want to let the battle mat still be the negative space that to use your creative juices as a DM to say, okay, this is how I'm imagining my scenario, and then our tokens fit into that scenario. You can move them, you can change them, put it however it fits into whatever your prerogative is. Yep. The only one that doesn't is this tavern set. You flip it over, and that's the only one that is it's stealing the show. So.
And now, are you going to be making more like this?
Yes, we're going to do a V2. We didn't know what was going to be more popular, the interior, exterior, or just the an exterior damaged version. We
Okay.
weren't sure, but this has gone over really well. When I'm at my booth pitching it, and I do the big reveal, their eyeballs light up. They're like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Right?
you know? So,
Yeah, these are great, and I can foresee any potential building that you could find in a village or a town. You probably will eventually have a flipped internal version of it as well.
we're going to do a rooftop 2, and the
Okay.
rooftop 2 will have maybe a few damaged versions, maybe like one damaged version, and the rest will be the interior.
Oh,
But
that's awesome.
we're going to probably start working on different themes, you know, huts, inns, churches, just something.
Sure.
You know, it's kind of tough, though, because with the way the packaging is designed, the rooftops take up so much real estate on what we can do.
Sure.
So, you know, that's why the content isn't as much as the other ones.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And
Yeah.
that just means more product.
Yeah, 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 that's true. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Mike, thank you for coming and showing us this. Is there anything that you want to let everybody out there know about that you have coming up?
Sure.
Or just go to your retailer and get the stuff?
Well, A, go to your retailer and get the stuff. But B, we are coming up with a new product soon. It's going to be in September. I didn't bring any prototypes. I do have some in my booth, but I just didn't think about bringing them.
No worries.
But it's going to be a big project. So we have, maybe about 10 more SKUs coming out in September.
Okay.
So, it's a kind of ambitious goal we have. But, if this is doing well at your store, then every product we come up with is hopefully going to be a big success.
Sure.
So
Very cool. Are you going to have any prototypes of those at Gen Con?
I do have them. I have a couple of prototypes at my booth.
Here, but also at Gen Con, you're going to have more?
Sorry.
Are you going to have more at Gen Con for anybody that might be watching and heading to that show?
Hopefully we'll be further developed by then.
Okay.
So I would say yes. We are kind of a go fast company. We like to, I have people, I call them up every day and I'm they're like, I feel you. Where are we at with this kind of deal? So.
Very cool. Well, everybody, there you go. Make sure you go check out Geek Tank Games on all the socials. Follow their website. Pick up this amazing product, the Tabletop Tokens, at your friendly local retailer. And also, while we're here, go to gtmgiveaway.com and enter to win a really cool prize pack. You can see the prizes right there on your screen or monitor. And, enter to win. It could be you. I'm Rick here at Origins with Mike, and we will see you at a game store soon.